Hi, everyone. I'm super excited to be here today with Thiru Vengadam, my colleague and friend, who is also EY's AI Global Service Transformation Leader and an EY Distinguished Technologist. So Thiru, welcome.
Thank you, Priyanka. Super happy to be here.
You and I have been working together for a long time and both equally passionate about the potential of AI for our people and our clients. So where do you see the next frontier for AI?
I think the efforts are going to be more focused on applied AI layer as opposed to, let's say, the model and the infra layer. What do I mean by applied AI? So today, if you look at broader, our CXO, community, the focus is mainly on delivering better ROI through AI, making sure that AI trust and AI risk is better managed, and then making sure that there is a better understanding of time to market through AI impact. The applied AI layer is where all the work is ahead of us, right, in the next 12 months. And specifically in three areas. Number one, ontology-driven agents. What I mean by ontology-driven agent is today, lack of adequate context is a challenge for agents to be giving significant ROI impact. The moment you want to bring in a lot of industry context, sector context, enterprise context, then there is a lot of challenges in AI understanding that context better. Second is elevating trust in AI. Globally, there's a lot of newer standards that are out there, which is very, very good. Not just the EU AI Act and NIST, which have been there for a while, but also White House's Office of Management and Budget executive orders. There is ISO 42001, which is very specifically on AI risk and audit. Then there is India's CRI, which is a Center for Responsible AI. China's NISSTC, Singapore has verifiable AI. There is a lot of newer AI risk global standards that are evolving. So it's bringing in much wider way to consider trust in AI. And lastly, when it comes to AI at scale, agentic runtime is an important one. There is a lot of efforts going on there.
And your point to ontology-driven agent especially resonates. So for us in managed services, when we partner with our clients, it's that domain depth and expertise that's coming through in the ontology-driven agents where we're spending a lot of focus.
That's right.
So help me double click then on all the evolving standards that you're speaking about, because that could really cause growth-focused leaders to potentially pause and wait for more certainty and clarity. So how do you keep moving forward in that space?
It's a two-pronged approach. You have a lot of responsible AI solutions out there. For example, addressing fairness, verifiability, scalability, all of the homogeneity bias. There's a lot of parameters that are out of the box. Those are great responsible AI considerations, but they're not adequate and comprehensive enough. If you look at broader convergence around global regulations, the focus on risk areas that they're thinking about for AI would involve rights impacting AI risks, safety impacting AI risks, verifiable AI, data risks associated with AI, information security risks. Number one, if enterprises are thinking about risk-aware architecture, where they're looking at these global standards and then mapping the right parameters, then by design, you're aligning to a global standard and making sure you're infusing trust upfront by design. Second is to also build an adequate risk architecture for AI so that you can incorporate in a very flexible way and keep evolving. If you do these two, then you're always ahead, you're always aligned to evolve with the global risk rather than dealing with AI risk as an afterthought, which would be significantly painful and sometimes can have a costly impact as well.
Well, that's very helpful because the approach that you described is intentional, but still allows you to move forward with confidence.
Exactly.
I think this conversation would be complete if we didn't talk about how we continue to empower our people, right, to make the most of this technology and enhance their work experience and the value they're driving.
Absolutely. So especially for larger firms such as ourselves, this is an important one because globally, we need to elevate people in terms of their applied AI skills. So number one, it is not for people to leave their day job and go to a lab and learn and come back. You need to have embedded learning going on as you practice. You need to be very adaptive. And you need to develop so-called vertical AI skills, which is more about applying AI to your domain, whether you're a credit risk analyst, whether you're an auditor, engineer, business analyst. You need to be using AI in a seamless way in your own area. Second thing is, for people to think about evolving roles, right, and be very proactive about it. So, for example, traditional, full stack engineer roles or a tech BA roles are evolving into so-called forward deployed engineers, which means deep content specialist who's using all things related to AI to be able to get contextual solutions faster. Traditional analysts will move into more like agentic risk orchestrators. So their orchestration skill need to be built and so on. So if we have this forward-looking roles defined and then train people for it, then again you're staying ahead rather than following chasing the eight ball on. Lastly, the next gen workforce. They will be AI native workforce. Integrating them much faster than the traditional growth model is also very, very important when it comes to workforce transformation as a topic.
And it's very aligned with how we're approaching the training and skilling for our managed services teams, whether it's our solutioning, our implementation, or our delivery teams.
That's right.
As they bring their domain expertise to life.
Absolutely. I think that is the key. Domain expertise focused is the primary skill area that people need to be focused on.
You're so energetic every time you talk about this evolving landscape. How do you maintain your energy and excitement?
One of the areas that I'm generally interested in is building a lot of things at home. I've been generally a builder for a while. I'm using a lot of AI on creating autonomous music. I'm playing with a little bit on video creation, all of it. Obviously, my kids don't appreciate it, but nonetheless, that is a space that I'm moving on and spending time and keep myself a little bit more energized in the space.
As we move to a space with ontology-driven agents, bringing our domain expertise to life, look forward to continuing our work together.
Super. Thank you, Priyanka.